Today on the Entertainment Zone, we're talking Big Brother 25 and America's favorite player. Catch you guys after this. Hey everybody, what's going on? Today, I thought we'd talk about Big Brother 25 and who might win America's favorite player. And to help me out, I've got my friend Julie with us. How's it going,
Hello.
Julie?
Good. How are you?
Hey, I am great, and I am super excited to get to talk with you about Big Brother 25 and who our America's favorite player predictions are. And yeah,
Is this going to be a
let's
safe space?
not at all. Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
think it's going to be a heated one this season.
yeah, I think so. I think that we pretty much got rid of the consensus America's favorite player nominees early in the season, and so now what we're left with, I think, is going to be very contentious for the fan base.
Yeah, like I feel like a lot of the votes are just going to go to Suri just because of her being on Survivor, and then a lot of the other votes are going to be trying to keep it away from Suri.
Yeah, I agree. And then I think there will definitely be some in the middle that are trying to keep it away from other people. So I think that's definitely going to make for a situation where someone could potentially sneak into the top spot or at least the top three.
I was just gonna say right now when I'm looking on Twitter, it looks like Twitter is on Team AmeriCorey. I think they might lose votes to being split between the two of them, and then a lot of people going for Sari. But then on Facebook, it looks like Cam is the favorite on Facebook right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. That it's an interesting situation that we have with AmeriCorey because obviously they're a duo. They've had a lot of love this season. They have their separate fans, but only one of them is going to end up winning. And yeah, if people end up splitting their votes, it might be a situation where, as I said, someone sneaks in and
Mm,
neither of them win.
yeah, good point. So who do you have your bets on?
I honestly, for my top pick, I I think it's gonna be Suri. I think that she came in with probably one of the biggest fan bases we've ever seen on a newbie season of Big Brother. That it feels like she is a shoe-in. I realize from a game standpoint that she played a relatively strong first half, a not so great second half, so that could play into people's perception of her and whether or not they choose to give their votes to somebody else. But I still feel like even between the casual fans and the diehard fans that there was enough that she gave us this season. She gave us some good diary room confessionals that I still think she has a chance, and the votes that she was gonna get, she's still going to get.
Hmm. Yeah, most likely. I think if I had to wager a guess, I would put it on Suri as well. she's not my pick for it, but I do think she's gonna, just by default, she was gonna get those votes anyway. I could see a world where Felicia sneaks in now because she got so close to the win and she's been a real character this season.
Mr. B, I know you hear us. They want whole milk. 1% is like drinking water. I know that myself.
And 2%. But then they give us non-fat as well.
And 2%. Right. They want whole
0%,
milk. They don't want the non-fat. They want to get the nutrition from the milk.
That's 1%.
Right. Whole milk. Can we get gallons of whole milk? Thank you, Mr. B. I know you hear us, smooches.
Absolutely. I think that with America's Favorite Player, it always comes down to who the audience likes more. It's not always about who was the best strategist in this vote, and I do think that Felicia gave us pretty much everything that we could want in an America's Favorite Player winner. We have the early Mike debacle with her constantly breaking her mics and dropping them in the toilet. We've got her hoarding food. We've got her many requests to Mr. B, and just her overall tell it like it is personality, I think, really resonated with the fan base this season, that I definitely could see her being someone that, like you said, with her kind of fallen goddess kind of archetype, I could definitely see her in a position to win this vote as well.
Yeah, that would be something. Even last night when I was watching the episode, um, I felt really bad for her at the end when we realized that Jag was gonna let her go. I didn't think I was gonna feel bad for her. I thought it would have been funny if she got to final two. But at that moment where you realize he's gonna vote her out, I was suddenly really sad for her. And then I was like, okay, she might actually win America's Favorite Player because this is when the voting's opened up. Everyone's really passionate about her right now.
Yeah, I really think that Felicia, even though she was far from being a great strategist, she especially in that last pitch to Jag, where she was basically saying, "Hey, you and Matt played similar games, and it's going to be a matter of who the jury likes more, and they might like Matt more." I think that was a good pitch, and so I really feel like Felicia was a well-rounded player and really gave us everything that we could be looking for in an America's Favorite Player winner.
Yeah, agreed. So if you were going, are you willing to say who you voted for?
I have not voted yet. Um, I, like I said, I think that it's a foregone conclusion that Sri is going to win, so I didn't really see a point in it. If I do end up voting, I would probably vote for Corey.
Oh,
He
okay.
he has been one of the bright spots for this season for me. You and I have talked on many occasions where I have said I see a lot of myself in Corey. He is someone that was very easy for me to identify with, and I don't typically identify with Big Brother players. You've usually got these really like sporty, athletic, pretty people that are on Big Brother, and I'm more of the nerd archetype. That to get to see someone like Corey play this game, even though he definitely has his faults, he was still so much fun to watch on the show. And so I think if I end up voting, that my votes will go towards him.
Nice. I went with Cam.
Oh, of course, of
Of
course.
course. I don't know why, I don't know why he was my favorite of the season, but he just was. I think because when the whole house is against one person and they're winning their way as far as they can get, I always enjoy seeing that. But
Yeah,
in general, there was no one this season that I was impressed with. It was cool to see Suri control the house in the beginning. I just think she made a lot of poor choices in what she chose to control and how she chose to control it, and it cost her in the long run. But I think, I mean, I don't know her game from Survivor, and having talked about her game with you and some of our other friends, I think she just really didn't know what she was in for with Big Brother, and didn't accurately plan the long game. And so I can see where she's probably a much more interesting player on Survivor than I found her on Big Brother. Um, and then I feel like everybody else was a floater. Like I felt like the whole house was just stacked with followers and floaters. And I don't know if the production just stacked this season with garbage players or if everybody kind of took a back seat because the way that the front half of the game made it so that if you were a strong player, you're leaving, and then it just turned the whole house docile. I'm not really sure, and I wonder what the season would have been if Riley had stayed. Like Taylor made a comment last night, I think, something to the effect of the best move was getting rid of Riley because it would have been a completely different game. But I wonder if she had stayed and then the stronger players weren't penalized for being strong, if we would have seen strategy. But any idea of strategy and strong playing, it just kind of came down to like win your safety week to week this season. That's how it felt to me anyway.
yeah, absolutely. I talked in my jury management video, which you should all go check out if you haven't already, that that was basically the narrative of the season. We saw it start with week 2 when Heisem won the HOH and targeted Riley because she was the first HOH of the season and she was in an opposing alliance. And then we saw Felicia and Sari get really uncomfortable with Heisem when he won the veto. And so then they targeted him. And it was just this domino effect, like you said, where the name of the game became if you are a strong player, you are out. And so I think a lot of people took it upon themselves to kind of fade into the background and
Mhm.
not really do too much. And yeah, it was very interesting that even the social players really couldn't it it didn't seem like they could do anything. I mean, Corey in America just couldn't win competitions to save their
Mhm.
lives. It's interesting because what we're left with is competition beasts, or at least people that have been more strong competitively than strategically or socially. Um, but yeah, they're kind of eating their own, and so it makes you kind of wonder what's going to happen in the final two and basically what kind of winner, what kind of pitches we're going to end up with uh,
Yeah.
once we get there.
Yeah, I agree with that. And actually it's funny because I remember really being excited for America and Corey for a couple of weeks. And then it was just clear they were fighting a losing battle. And um, like I saw for a bit a game where America could have strategized one side of the house while Corey was working the other half, and it could have been a different game. But yeah, there was just no. I think they waited too long. I feel like Corey was too timid to make moves earlier when he really needed to, and then it was too late. But it's such a shame. It's such a shame how the season went. It'll be interesting if we ever see some of these people play in another season, what they would be like versus how they were in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder. I have said that, and I know a lot of other people are saying this, that it would be interesting to see Corey come back in a few years once he's gotten older and matured, because I think one of the things that really got in his way was his ego. He is a very nice person from what it seems, but his issue is that he thinks that his moves are the best moves, and that a lot of times we saw him shutting down America, like, and her perspectives on what was going on in the game and the way things looked, because he thought, oh no, that's not how I see it, and how I see it is the correct way. And still, I do kind of wonder. You always kind of wonder if these players come back, are they going to play any better? Are they going to learn from their mistakes? Or are they just going to play the same game that they did and find themselves in the exact same spot?
Yeah, it's so true because he could come back and benefit from a few years' experience and not having the distraction of a relationship, be able to fully focus, or to your point, fall into the exact same problem again.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I guess we're both of the same mind that Sari has got this one. That's our final verdict.
I think so. I do. So, real quick, who do you think are going to be the top three? We can say for sure Sari's up there. Who are the other two?
Maybe America and Corey lose lose their standing in there because of the vote splitting. So I'll go Felicia, Sari, and Cam.
All right, I think those are good picks. I'll go with Sari, America, and then actually, I think I think Matt could have a chance
Oh
here.
yeah. I always forget that the final people are still up in the running for it. Yeah, Matt, I
Yeah,
could definitely see.
yeah. I
I'm
I
still gonna
think
stick with my three, but
yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. No, I I could have seen Cameron a few weeks ago, but I think Matt, well, like Felicia said last night, he's the all American guy that
mhm.
everybody likes. And, maybe the Twitter people are not as high on him, but I think the casuals, he just has a really great story. And again, this is a popularity contest. This is all about personalities that I think he definitely has a spot in the running, because especially if we know he is making it to the final three. Uh, yeah, I think it's just a really great story that's going to resonate with a lot of people. Well, all right, there you have it, guys. That is our predictions for America's favorite player. If you haven't voted already, I urge you to do so. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. And we'll see you in the next one. Later.